Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli and I'm here with my very good friend Lori. Hi Lori.
Hi, Moshe.
Okay, and Lori is the owner of the Tesla Model S, the Tesla Model 3, the Tesla Model X, and the little un poquito Tesla, we'll call it the future Model Y. And you all know what that spelled, but we're not going to say that because younger kids watch my videos. So it's our second video?
Our third video.
Our third video together, bestsellers all the time.
Right.
And, first of all, we are good friends and we talk Tesla all the time and all that. But I want to talk to Lori today about being an owner of the Tesla cars. And then Lori has a great Tesla Model 3 story. You want to listen to that. She holds a very dubious world record. We're not going to tell you. You have to stay until the end. You're going to stay, you're not going to hear it. She has a very dubious record. She wishes she did not hold that record, but she unfortunately does. So let's talk a little bit about the ownership of Tesla in the last 2 years, and then we'll focus on the Model 3.
Great.
Go ahead.
So I think as you can see.
Let's walk.
Let's walk. As you can see, we've added to our collection of Teslas. So clearly we are big proponents of the brand. We've had awesome experiences. I know there are a lot of people who have a lot of things to say.
Go for it.
Great. The new S is actually our 6th Tesla, so we don't own any non-electric cars anymore. And we've been really happy. They're super safe. We'll get to that later, I guess. They're super safe, and we love not having gas, and we just love driving the cars.
Great. So now, Lori.
Yes.
Tell us about your Tesla Model 3 experience.
So, how long do we have? We have like an hour and a half?
Do it in 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll make it short. So we got on the list for the Model 3 years ago. How many years ago was that? 2 years? 3 years ago?
No, I think 3.5.
3.5 years ago. Pretty much right away. So we got our first Model 3 in March of 2018.
Correct.
Yes, in March of 2018. And we loved it. We were very excited. We were one of the first ones. You came over. We were having a conversation.
My first video.
Your second video. The first video was with my...
Oh, yeah, about my first Tesla Model 3 video.
Yes, your first Tesla Model 3. So we love the car. We drove it for maybe 2 days, and then we went on vacation. And we came back, and our babysitter actually drives the car. That's how much we trust the cars. We want our kids in these cars. And our babysitter actually drives the car. And one day he was driving down the road in New York State, not city, and somebody blew a stop sign and T-boned him. So walk with me. So they actually hit directly onto the driver's side door. And
The driver or the passenger?
I'm sorry, the passenger side door. So they actually hit directly here, like in the column. So hard that part of the bumper from the other car was stuck inside, like the police couldn't extricate it. Amazingly, there was a passenger in the car, was completely fine, and actually didn't even realize they had gotten in an accident. The force was not nearly as great as it should have been, or as she should have felt it was. She didn't realize that it was an accident until she looked up and realized the door could not be opened, either of them back here, but it was drivable actually. So he drove it home, about 45 minutes home, and the car ended up being totaled after that. Sorry, was I not?
The first one.
The first. So what we found out after dealing with insurance for a little bit, and everybody knows that the Tesla and insurance and getting parts and everything is sort of a nightmare. So I was a little bit, we were very concerned about how long we were going to be without the car. But about a week into this process, we realized that the car was definitely totaled. The insurance wasn't comfortable with anybody repairing the car, so much of the car, and us being able to drive it, especially because it was brand new. But in that process, we found out that was actually the first ever Model 3 that was totaled, which is not a record we want to hold, but is true, which made it very interesting also for insurance companies to evaluate the cost and estimate how much everything would be. So that was a big process actually, because this had never happened before. So right after that, do you want me to tell the whole story?
Tell the short version of it. I heard the whole story.
The short version of the story is after
you ordered a new Tesla.
We ordered a new Tesla and asked to be expedited, although that really wasn't didn't happen. But we asked for them to hurry up because we didn't have a car at that point, and we'd only had it for a few weeks. We got frustrated in the wait and asked if maybe we could buy one that was on a lot somewhere. So they found us one in a lot. We're in New Jersey. They found one in Chicago for us. We agreed to buy the one in Chicago, knowing that the one that we were waiting for on the list was not coming anytime soon, and we were canceling that order. The short end of the story is Tesla never canceled the order, and the day before we went to pick up our new car that we bought off a lot in Chicago, Tesla called to tell us, after a lot of confusion back and forth in emails, that actually we were set to pick up 2 Tesla Model 3s in the same day because our original order had come in at the exact same time. So we ended up taking delivery of 2 Model 3s that day, but deciding in the long run to not keep both of them, so we just kept this one. They were exactly the same, except for this one has the upgraded wheels.
All right.
That's the Model 3 story.
And then you have a little Model S story because you just traded in. Just the very short version.
The very short version is this story isn't over yet, but when my husband bought his new S,
the P100D, of course.
Of course, we paid off. We traded in his old Model S. They paid that off, and then we got a new loan on this Model S. But we realized a month later when we got the bill that they paid off the wrong car. So Tesla paid off my Model X instead of his Model S, and it's still, actually, we're dealing with this 3 months later still about trying to figure out the loan situation because we're paying off a car that we don't even have anymore. And
so
this
maybe we can give them that little one.
So maybe that's the one. Right. That's perfect. That's perfect. So that's the story. We have a lot of drama here, but we're very happy.
All right, Lori, this is a great story, but you can say overall it's a great experience.
We've had a great experience. Yes, we keep going back.
Snow, how is it in the snow?
Great. My car is fantastic in the snow. Mike put some winter tires on his car, and so that's great. Yeah, we've had.
And the Model 3 is their performance, right?
Fantastic.
It's performance, right?
Yeah.
The all-wheel performance.
Yes.
We love it. Did you what was your longest trip in any Tesla? Actually, your long-range trip in any Tesla?
I think 3 hours one direction. Well, actually, we went further than that. We went closer to DC.
Close to DC.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
no issues.
Well, I went with mine to Florida.
Did you? Awesome.
3,000 miles.
Was it amazing?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. In the winter, dead cold
That's
winter.
amazing.
It was great. It was great.
So great.
We love Lori, thank you so much,
You're
my dear
welcome.
friend. And guys, if you have any questions, put it in the comments. Should they subscribe to my channel?
Of course.
And help me change the world one electric car at a time?
One electric car at a time.
100%. So she has 3. I have 1. The Model Y is coming next year.
I know.
Any thoughts?
Well, we don't even have enough drivers in this house for the Model Y. But we'll see.
I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll drive it.
We can borrow someone's and do this again, right? Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me change the world one electric car time. Thank you, Lori, again. And I see you tomorrow in my next video, but you'll see Lori next year. Too bad. Goodbye, everybody.